The words hit me like a fist to the chest. You're replaceable, never forget that. Elise's voice, usually soft as a summer breeze, was cold, sharp, slicing through the dim light of our apartment. Her eyes, those hazel pools I'd drowned in for 3 years, held no warmth, only a glint of defiance. I stood frozen, my hand still clutching the phone I'd found on the couch, its screen glowing with a text from someone named Alex. Meet me tonight. Same place. Miss you. My heart thudded, a frantic drumbeat against my ribs, as I tried to process the betrayal staring me in the face. What is this, Elise? I'd asked, my voice trembling, holding up the phone like evidence in a trial. Her response wasn't an apology or an explanation, just that gutting declaration. The living room felt smaller now, the air thick with the scent of her lavender candle, flickering on the coffee table. The walls lined with photos of us, smiling at the pier, kissing under Christmas lights, seemed to mock me. I wanted to scream, to demand answers, but my throat tightened, strangling the words. Instead I whispered, "Who's Alex?" Her lips parted, then closed, her gaze darting to the floor. That hesitation, that fleeting crack in her composure, was the first red flag I'd ignored for months. It started subtly, the way betrayals often do. Elise had always been private, her phone face down, her evenings vague with work stuff, or girls' night. I'd brushed it off. Trust, I told myself, was letting her have space. But the late-night texts, the way she'd angle her screen away when I walked by, the sudden perfume on her coat that wasn't hers, they gnawed at me. I'd lie awake in our bed, her side cold, listening to the city hum outside our window, rationalizing. She's stressed. She's busy. She loves me. The engagement ring on her finger, the one I'd spent months saving for, was supposed to be my anchor. Now, it felt like a lie glinting in the dark. Answer me, I said louder now, stepping closer. The hardwood creaked under my weight, the sound sharp in the silence. Elise crossed her arms, her silk blouse catching the candlelight, and leaned against the counter. You're making a big deal out of nothing, she said, her tone clipped, practiced. Alex is just a friend from work. You're paranoid, Nathan. Her words were a deflection, but her eyes betrayed her, flickering with something like guilt, or maybe fear. I wanted to believe her, to cling to the version of her I loved, but the text burned in my mind. Miss you. Friends don't write that at 2 a.m. I set the phone down, my hands shaking, and sank onto the couch. The cushions smelled faintly of her shampoo, a cruel reminder of mornings tangled in each other's arms. If it's nothing, I said, my voice low, show me the messages. Her jaw tightened, and for a moment, I thought she'd refuse. Then with a sigh, she snatched the phone, unlocked it, and scrolled. Here, she said, thrusting it toward me. The chat was gone. Deleted. My stomach lurched. You deleted it? I asked, my voice breaking. She shrugged, casual, but her fingers twitched at her side. Didn't think it mattered. The lie hung between us, heavy, suffocating. I thought of the past few months, the way she'd pull away when I touched her, the late nights she claimed were client dinners, the way her laughter felt forced. I'd told myself it was wedding stress, that planning our future was weighing on her. But now, the pieces clicked together like a puzzle I'd been too blind to solve. Elise, I said, my voice barely a whisper, are you cheating on me? The question felt like a blade, cutting through the last threads of my denial. Her silence was deafening. She turned away, her reflection caught in the kitchen window, a stranger with Elise's face. The city lights glittered outside, indifferent to the wreckage inside me. You don't trust me, she said finally, her voice soft but edged with accusation. That's the real problem, Nathan. I laughed, a bitter, hollow sound. Don't turn this on me. I saw the text. I'm not stupid. But part of me felt stupid, felt like I'd failed her somehow, like I'd driven her to this Alex. Doubt clawed at me, mixing with the anger, the hurt, until I couldn't tell where one ended and the other began. I stood, pacing the room, my footsteps echoing like a ticking clock. The photos on the wall stared back. Our first trip to the mountains, her head on my shoulder, my arm around her waist. I wanted to tear them down, to erase the memories that now felt like lies. Tell me the truth, I said, stopping in front of her. For once, just be honest. Her eyes met mine, and for a moment, I saw the Elise I loved, vulnerable, scared. Then her face hardened. Fine, she said, her voice low, venomous. Yes, there's someone else. Happy now. The confession was a physical blow, stealing my breath. I staggered back, gripping the arm of the couch. Why? I choked out. Why would you? My voice cracked and I hated myself for it. She looked away, her hands twisting together. You were suffocating me, she said. Always wanting more, marriage, kids, forever. I wasn't ready. Alex, he doesn't ask for anything. Her words were a knife, twisting deeper with every syllable. I saw it all now. The late nights, the excuses, the distance. Not stress. Not work. Her. Who is he? I asked, though I dreaded the answer. She hesitated, then said, he's someone who gets me. Someone who doesn't need to control everything. Control? The word stung. I'd given her everything, my heart, my trust, my future. And now I was replaceable. The room spun, the candle's flame blurring in my vision. I wanted to hate her, to scream, but all I felt was a hollow ache, like part of me had been carved out. Then came the twist, the one I didn't see coming. It's not just Alex, she said, her voice barely audible. There's someone else too. My heart stopped. What? I whispered. She looked at me, tears in her eyes now, but her voice was steady. I didn't mean for it to happen. It just did. Two. Not one, but two. The betrayal wasn't a single wound, it was a massacre. I saw flashes of them, faceless men, stealing pieces of her I thought were mine. The ring on her finger glinted, mocking me. How long? I asked, numb. She swallowed. Months. I turned away, my hands in my hair, pulling hard enough to hurt. The apartment, our home, felt like a crime scene. Every memory, every kiss, every promise, was tainted. I wanted to ask why she'd said yes to my proposal, why she'd let me believe in us. But the answer was in her silence, in the way she stood there, unapologetic. She'd kept me as a safety net, a fallback, while she built other lives in the shadows. I grabbed my coat, the leather cold against my skin, and headed for the door. Nathan, she called, her voice breaking. I stopped, but didn't turn. I'm sorry, she said. I do love you. I don't know who I am anymore. Her words were a plea, but they were too late. I walked out, the door slamming behind me, the sound echoing in the empty hallway. The city swallowed me, its lights blurring through my tears. I was replaceable. But as I stepped into the night, I swore I'd never let anyone make me feel that way again.